In today's episode of Empyrion Galactic Survival, I collect some question marks, a few encrypted schematics, realize everyone's left me for Reforged Eden 2, come back guys, I need stuff, and share my deepest desires. I wanted to fire big green spitty balls of bollocks at people from 2 kilometers away. Drone space. I am so done with this place. I really want to go home now. I just want to go. The one thing about drone space is when you do get it down pat, and I'll share a little secret about grinding drone space, right? Just pick one sector. Just pick one orbit, right? I've been at Gudus now for days. Now, this only works on a multiplayer server like Broken Eden here, where the POIs regenerate. Because once you clear a sector, so I've been like bouncing between these three. So once you clear a sector of all the nullifiers, the capacitor matrices become really easy. And the capacitor matrix are so generous with their drone parts that when you get to farm them, it's just routine. And then you just wait for them to regenerate. While you're waiting for the ones to say in Zeta to whatever to regenerate, you can go to Shock. And then while you're waiting for them to regenerate, you go to Zeta, blah, blah, blah. And then you just do a circle. Over and over and over again. I'll show you. We head to Zeta. There is no nullifiers anyway. I've killed them all. So there's like capacitor matrix there that I just go to over and over and over again. Let's get shields on. You never know. It's blowing my luck. I'll head in there, and I missed one. Suddenly appears as I warp in. Let's turn the shields on. Anyway, you can see I've set up a little repair station here. I just walk back. It's just set up around the sun. I walk back here every time after every engagement, because ultimately those nullifiers are still downing my shields. I've just finished repairing the VENTRESS for the, I don't know, 17th, 18th time. Just nose damage, armor. But it's no real problem because all the resources we get off of these things more than compensate for the damage taken. Although I have gone through a few colonist bolter turrets on the front there that obviously can't be replaced with resources. I have to replace them manually. Well, that's fine. We had a bit of a stockpile of them anyway. So, yeah. Oh, there's still a scout swarm about. Oh, there we go. There's capacitor matrices, assemblers. There's another matrices. Wait, where's it gone? Somewhere around here. There's more than... Come in. Yeah, they're both over there, aren't they? Yeah, sorry. The assembler's regenerated. Between the assembler there, which actually isn't like great to farm, to be honest, I've been mostly ignoring it. The capacitor matrices and stuff, they're where it's at. They're absolutely where it's at. There is definitely a couple of CVs in here that haven't actually come. They must be like crappy ones, because you know, when you spend a bit of time in a sector, they all kind of gravitate towards you. I don't know all the nullifiers have. They all despawn now, but they despawn when you sort of leave the sector. But there's a capacitor matrix there. There's a swarm capacitor matrix in this sector as well. There's the swarm capacitor matrix just bringing in now. You can see some of the drones haven't actually, there you go, they've just regenerated now. So this one's a little bit pokier than a regular capacitor matrix, like that one just 6 kilometers away. These are the two that I thought were at the warp-in point, but clearly not. And these two are the ones I've been farming when I come to this sector, to be honest. By the time I've done both of these, I generally just log off and I'm like, I'm done. But yeah, once you just, I've done it before 1,000 times. You saw it in the last one, but I'll show it again because I've got it basically down to a little bloody art form now. You got to deal with the drones on the outside first. So yeah. Oh, wait, I turn my guns on, right? Anyway, you pop the core on each one of these things, and then once they're all dead like that, we need to position ourselves just above the capacitor matrix there, because it's the black bar. You can see it from here now. Is what you want to line yourself up for, just like we've done before. Then wait for my shields to get back to maximum. You can see my generators overloading there. I've been doing that for a while, but obviously every time I repair the ship, it's fine again. Just while the shields are recharging and I'm using all the thrusters, it goes a little over hot. But if I can add another aux core, well, I can definitely add many aux cores now. You know, then I can add extra generators to this thing, and we can really maximize the VENTRESS here. But really, those aux cores are for my next ship, to be honest. All these drone parts. Plus, we need drone parts for Genetech and stuff like that, which we'll be moving on to next. But yeah, when shields are at 100%, you want to sit around about 1 kilometer. Yeah, and I know I've shown you the surge technique, haven't I? But about 1 kilometer, and then your cruise missiles and your lasers can start dealing with it. And you do the spinny, because ultimately the spinny means that most of those EMP shots coming in, oh, I'm getting a bit close, pull back a little bit, most of those EMP shots that are coming in are going to miss. And this just means that your shields last the longest they possibly can. And you can get their shields down eventually. And it takes about 2 or 3 pokes. So I'll have to go out in a second and recharge my shields. But the capacitor matrix here's shields recharge very slowly. Let's back off. We got about to 66% there once the EMPs actually kick in and do something. You can see the missiles start to despawn at about 1.5 kilometers there. 65%. I pulled out 20%. So a couple more of those. And then once the shields are down, you can stop spinning. Aim right for the center of that little bar there. There you go. Pop. And there you go. Oh, there's something shooting. Oh, look at this little guy. Come to rescue. I don't know what that is. Go. Hey, bye. I wonder if those artillery shells went. Try that again, shall we? What is this, the toughest scout in the world? Holy crap, this thing's freaking John Wick. Right, Mr. Scout. Go away. Want to see. Anyway, so just as before, there you go. There's a capacitor matrix gone. Now, if you can do it quick enough, you can get the boxes out of the drones and stuff like that, which generally I've been able to now. So I want to try and get this thing as close as I can. Let's get the Wi-Fi range. There we go. And that's it. Your capacitor matrix is yours. And because all the nullifiers are dead as well, I can now actually take my bleeding time with this. Get in there nice and quick though, because you've got these boxes here. And, you know, they've got some bits and bobs in them, haven't they? Always do. Oh, that's the wrong box to put that stuff in there. Oops. Loot! Just cleared out, just before the episode as well. There we go. Loot! Another 22. Each of these capacitor matrix gives like 100 or maybe like 200 and something. I can't remember exactly what the average is, but a lot. 100 and something, I think. You give a lot. These are the main boxes, and then you've got the 4 here. They've got quite a lot in them. Do not also forget the 2 at the other end as well, and I'll get all these generators, all this. I get the Diggity, which has now been equipped with multi-tool, multi-turrets. Not turrets, the multi-tools. Words are hard. The Diggity's salvaged beast now. But don't forget as well, in each one of these little turret pods is another. There's 122 already, and I'm not even finished yet. So next thing to do really is to get out to the drones, scattered all over the place. The ones that I just like blew up. Best thing for that is to get the Diggity out, fly that around, use its storage. But yeah, it's basically become my life for the last week and a half. Drone space. But I'm hoping, basically the whole point is, I'm hoping that I never need to come back here ever again. Well, certainly not soon anyway. Diggity, harvest controller, connect to that. And let's get these before they despawn. Never remember which one's actually got the drone parts in, right? So, loads of little bits and bobs from these. Logs. That's bloody useful. You have no idea how useful logs are out here. I'm not even joking. Where the fuck are the drone parts? Oh. Wow, 2. Woohoo. And 4. I missed that box. Point is, anyway. Yeah, before these despawn. They've always got some goodies in them. Anyway, I've come to a UCH research ship now because after all of that grinding, I have a few encrypted schematics, a few nav data, 53 data pads. So that's nice. Yeah, you turned 53 of those in. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, thank you very much. And then we've got turn in research report. I've got a metallurgy report on me. And how many nav datas? 7 nav datas. Kind of disappointing, but there we go. So that's 13 extra light year increase to my that's pretty good. Yep. So up to 37 additional, which is quite nice. Right, we've got some decrypting to do. Decode. Decrypt. Back. Decrypt. Back. Decrypt. Back. There's a few. Ice mining drills. I was hoping to get those. I was like, God, asteroid mining drills, automated mining rigs. After these, I think we've already got. Oh, MX4s, advanced bandages, twice, large Vulcans, Sentinels, heavy railguns, small Vulcans, multiple industrial water extractors. UCH, the large Vulcan turret, nice. Ice mining drills, nice. Eh? So yeah, I can make the MX4s, the LX2, the rich asteroid turrets. The both the excavation turret. I think this is like chunkier or does more or something. I don't know. Does more better. And the ice mining drills. We've got the asteroid harvesting drills, manual fire ones. Yeah, we're just short of a bit of resources, basically. Advanced power regulators. Pretty sure I can make those. Coolant, however, can't. I think I might have some coolant back at base. But yeah, anyway, all of these I've already unlocked. I guess I just go and sell them. But yeah, I think, yeah, let's get back to base. I miss those Xerax Drake base attacks, you know? It's good to be back. Good to be home. Welcome home, everybody, to the lava castle. Of course, now starts the fun activity of offloading everything into the base. And then dividing it all back again. I do this to myself, honestly. Right, first things first, take the food out. Because the next thing to do is to power down. Rest, Ventress. Rest, you glorious queen. Honestly. Chip has done well. I mean, yes, okay. It's got 2 quantums and 3 auxiliary cores in it. But, yeah, it's done well. It's still not max potential yet either, so we've got some upgrades to do to her before we set off again. Although, I suspect we're going to be out of combat for a little while. Because our new mission to head into Regenerator space. That's going to take a little bit of doing. So we can keep with this stuff. We've actually got to head into Xerax territory soon. Because Xerax territory is the nearest source of these guys here. M.2 stars. Which I need for exploration missions. That leads me right into the heart of the Xerax Empire here. So, yeah. So, we need to go around. I need to show you the progenitor stuff, right? So, we got the decay ancient progenitor system over here. Now, the way to get over there is to create a translation key. That's going to involve a lot of travel, basically. There is a series of neutron stars leading up to this, not this gate. Where is it? Oh, there we go. This gate here. So, a bunch of neutron stars leading up to this gateway. The only way to use this gateway was something called a translation key, which then opens up a pathway to that cluster there. The only place you can get ancient progenitor fragments. Stuff that these things require. So, voidium extractor, 5 fragments, for example. You look at the cost in research points, unlock points, and all this stuff as well. Now we do want antimatter warp drives, regenerative shields, voidium extractors, dark matter pods. We need all of this. So the main investment, of course, is the first 1,000. After that, it's 1 unlock point to unlock all of that stuff. So right now, I could unlock both the voidium research and, say, plasma research or antimatter research. Hell, I can unlock all 3 of those. Fairness. The augmented armor, not so much. Need another 1,000, 2,000 just for the augmented armor. But anyway, the point is, this stuff takes something called dark matter containers. There's this guy, which takes voidium, which you need to extract using this guy. Now, we run across a couple of voidium deposits already. We just can't do anything with them until we get, you know, one of these at least. The voidium drill here. But as you can see, the voidium drill requires an enhanced laser drill, one I haven't actually got yet. An advanced voidium extractor, this thing here, and mostly the 100 progenitor tech fragments. That's just for that one. I'm overheating here. I need an insulation boost. Over EVA, insulation, please. There we go. So yeah, lots and lots of work in order to get into progenitor tech and get this really advanced high-end end-game stuff. The antimatter warp drive, for example, has a jump range of 172 light years. And that's before you take into consideration nav data. So with maximum nav data, you're over 200 light years a jump. Regenerative shields has 25,000 shields on its own. The Bastion has 60,000 shields on its own. But less than half the recharge rate, so it takes an absolute age to get through. That's some seriously end game stuff. But if we want the Mjolnir, which is an absolute monster, combat monster, then, you know, we're going to want to be putting Bastion shields or regen shields in it. So, as always, normal base routines apply. So, I'm picking the garden, refilling the auto miners, relieve the colonists and Polaris of their extremely valuable resources. One of the other things that I wanted to do while I was here is build a trade platform, trade with other players. I need to build it slightly far away from here, because if I'm going to build a tower there, I don't want CVs landing next to it and getting caught up, you know? So if I build a trade tower, platform rather, like around here, and this just needs to be a big freaking square, basically. So, this might take a little while, and it will certainly take a lot of blocks. I don't like that. Next, I need to create like a little trade hall. You know, I need a box. I need 2 boxes. That's it. And huzzah! We have one. Very, I think, hopefully, clearly signposted. That's where the stuff goes, and that's where your money will be. Hang on. Is that as bright as it goes? Might need a different box. Damn it. Okay, well that's where the money goes. And I've set up some complimentary oxygen and some water, you know, for you to enjoy. There we go. So I got some cards here. Put them in. About 4 million. And that's not including all the gold that's in the base. So yeah, okay, I think what I'll do is I'll start posting on Discord stuff that I need. I mean, I'm talking about need is a strong word, but like fertilizer, for example. You know, each one of these hydroponic bays takes a fertilizer. It's 9 fertilizers. It's 9 each. So I need a bunch of that. Then, like we saw earlier, we're gonna want some ice mining drills, and we're going to want some asteroid harvesting drills, and those in particular take coolant, so we're going to need to buy some coolant. And I might also just sort of order like a general purpose sort of care package type thing with X amount of each resource, because things like silver and platinum are somewhat difficult to get hold of. It's quite labor intensive, so if I can buy it, that's going to certainly improve and make things a lot easier. But 1.6 million gold in the furnace there. And then in the input boxes, I think another 1.6 million as well. And that's while I've been away at drone space and not routinely mining those colonist space stations in orbit. So basically I've got about 2 million that I could probably spend on bits and bobs from the community. That's assuming that anybody wants to actually come back to Broken Eden now that they've all gone off to Broken Eden 2. Come back, guys. They need stuff. Anyway, we can also now add another auxiliary core to the VENTRESS here. Now, sort of explored this area a little bit before. Kind of like a little spare area we can fit extra cores in if we want to. So, shields off, please. Put another auxiliary core right there. Yeah. Go by the shield charger. So there's a charger couple of that. Now I think, if I remember correctly, we had a shield capacitor bank, and see if we can add another couple of generators in to sort out our power shortage issues. But if we add our, this is where we had to take one out. There we go. That is unfortunately going to mean that our shields do charge a little slower, but you know, we do get extra shields there. It's a 65,000 now. That's a good extra chunk. Yeah, as for the power, I could put generators where I just put the auxiliary cores, but there is actually a space in engineering. I'm gonna have to take up one of the capacitor chargers to get to it though. So I can take you. Back on the bar, and then I think we can put 2 large generators there and there, then put the charger back like that, and double check our CPU. Yep, we've got about 200,000. Got about 200,000 that we can spend. Now I've got a number of turrets on the hull that I kind of want removed. I'll be honest. The colonist bolters and the colonist missile launchers. Well, I might put them back if there's still room, and I've got a little sort of leftover CPU, but we're going to take these off as well. let's connect to this. These are the weapons I have available. I've got 3 Imperial plasma turrets, so this is something else I might order from players. It's like a nice chunk of Xerax ammunition, since I can't buy it. The only way I'll be able to find it is by hitting Xerax ships, and it'll be in such small quantities it would almost not be worthwhile. The particle beam cannons, they just use the large heat sinks, so I definitely want to be putting those back on if I can, and because they fire in atmosphere as well, they need to go on the underside, which will limit their firing ability when we're looking forward in space, unfortunately. So the colonist missile turrets here, I'm actually going to swap the EMP cruise missiles that I put on here to this position, because when they're there, they barely fired at all. They were really just not shooting very often at all, and it's really annoying because they did shoot. I just couldn't figure out exactly what angle it was that they shot at. It seemed to be very hit and miss. So I'm going to swap these around, and then the bolter turrets off the bottom here as well. They go in. They get destroyed quite quickly when the ship starts taking damage. But I mean, hopefully now that we're not taking on nullifiers, that's no longer really going to be an issue. But I'm still hesitant to put anything particularly irreplaceable up there. What I've done is I've added an extra gap on the bottom here, so we've got a lot of firepower that can shoot down to surface targets now. These are Imperial plasma turrets. I've put them, they're slightly elevated, well actually the same level as these guys, but put them on the bottom here so they can also shoot down. They've also got a clear shot straight forward, and out the side they have the tiniest amount of gun depression, as in, you know, 0. That barrel is not actually in the way of them shooting, so you can see clear block all the way through that way. They won't be able to shoot targets that would be sort of to their left. Is the only thing, but I don't necessarily want them shooting all that much, right? I gotta be using them kind of surgically because their ammunition is irreplaceable without direct trade from players. I don't want to put them on the front. They're also pretty powerful and quite rare, so yeah, I've set them quite far back. I swapped the EMPs over, as I said. You know what? I might take these gats off and put them up there, because then I've got top gats for when it's parked on the surface. Yeah, let's do that. And this way, I don't need to have assault mode enabled when I'm parked on the surface of a planet, in case I get drones. You know, they're going to be able to shoot either way. Excellent. And that leaves a space here for the Imperial laser turrets as well, when I've got the CPU for those. But with that, it's pretty much back up to maximum again. We're going to need another 2 or 3 auxiliary cores, I think, to max out the firepower of this thing. A nice turret behind these plasmas, the Imperial laser turrets there. I've put basic laser turrets at the front here, unupgraded, so they're not the heavies, they're the lights. So that if they do get destroyed, it's not expensive to replace them. But I would like to replace them with heavies anyway, just to get that extra firepower. And that's it really. The only other place you can shove turrets on here is actually on top of the bridge, which is going to look awful, so I'd rather not do it. And then that'll be it. We're maxed out. It's going to be a formidable beast at that point, I think. We're going to have to do a little test, make sure the power levels are good once I configured these turrets. Let's go blow something up. Oh, that might do. That might do. That might be a little bit... Well, we're going to give it a go. Although, my EMP cruise missile amount is looking a little ropey. 21 cruise missiles? I'd have to get his shields down? I don't know. Also, only 65 artillery rounds. You know, that stint in drone space really did a number on my resources. Specifically around ammunition manufacturing. It's easy enough to restore pentaxid, I suppose. The other resources, not so much. Which is weird, isn't it? Usually it's the other way around. Usually it's pentaxid's the bitch. Everything else is fine. For me right now, pentaxid is like, Loads of it. Absolutely tons of it. Thanks to the Polaris, of course. Alright, so cameras, if I remember correctly, are very much, you know, backdoor them. They're like nullifiers in a lot of ways. You just get behind, but they have got that nasty plasma artillery. Fortunately, I think they can only go away interceptors. They can't shoot behind. There goes some evasives going on here. Incoming missiles. He's down to 92% already. I am behind him. He's got nasty Xerax plasmas and beams. Can't let those artilleries or his main plasmas hit me realistically, or preferably, I should say. He's gonna be in big trouble. Big missiles coming in here. Caught up to him. Now, I don't know, is the core in the same place that it's always been? Hey, up the bum, because this is the new camera, isn't it? This looks updated at least anyway. I'm gonna have to take that big freaking stupid turret off the bottom there. Even though I missed. I might have to stop it. I'm going to shut it down by destroying its engines here. It's going to take more artillery rounds than I've got, unfortunately. Alright, we're going to have to try and focus on getting the core through then. Okay. %shields. Own positron beams that are 30% shields. We have to back off in a minute. Oh, this thing's got some armor, huh? Yeah, I have to back off. Come back later. Couldn't get through its butt armor. But then, while it's moving like that, really difficult to get consistent shots in the same spot over and over again. So you end up just like chipping away in the same area of armor over and over and over. Unfortunately, it looks like it is charging shields almost as quickly as I'm charging shields. If not, a little bit quicker. Mind you, I did take that plasma hit, didn't I? That doesn't help. But it looks like I'm going to have to down its shields from scratch again. I urgently need to make myself some more artillery rounds. I swear I'm like 1 or 2 shots off of this thing. But I can just get, I don't know how many I can make. I think I've got most of the stuff I need. Promethean, nitrocellulose, that sort of stuff. Magnesium, lithium, plates, magnesium, steel. Should be able to get plenty of artillery rounds now. Yeah. Reloading. I just hope that there's enough lasers and heat sinks to get the shields back down again. Sucks running out of EMP cruiser cells. Although apparently I'm not out of EMP cruiser missiles. I really had some in the bag, you know, some in the chamber as it were. You guys too close? Oh, they are definitely helping, you know. This thing is turning like a freaking Ferrari. It's got no forward thrusters. It shouldn't be moving. Bullshit. Alright, here we go. Pretty sure this is the last shot I need to make. Let's see. Can't see. Can't see. Where do I shoot? Where do I shoot? Right there. Right frickin' there. Still bloody turning, look. God's sake. Oh, stop it, you silly boy. Thank you. There we go. Right. We have a camera. Okay, it took a little longer than expected, but that is my shoddy lack of preparation that did that. Okay. Let us see our prize. Now then. Oh. Little drones have come in to try and save it. Ah, cute. Yeah, this is where we were shot. Now the core, I think, it's just underneath the bridge forward, so it's either there or it's there. It's right here, like where the combat steel is. I bet it's like right there. Problem is, of course, you know, we've lost actually a fair bit of stuff by blowing the crap out of this middle section here, but I think it's fine. I think it's worth it. There's really any other way to take a camera, like, you know, if you take it more sort of take the thrusters out kind of thing, you're going to do more damage to it anyway, you know, than trying to core it. So whereas in Reforged 2, I know that the ships now take the forward thrust out, they stop. And this is why what you just saw here was one of the reasons why I was so confused, for those of you that watched my Reforged Eden streams. When I took on an Emirate, I thought I had to take all the thrusters out to make it stop. But absolutely decimated the Emirate. There's like barely anything left. But all I needed to do is take out the forward thrusters. Doesn't work here in Reforged Eden 1. Anyway, this ship is mine. I mean, I can't fly it array or anything, but you know, all the loot and giblets and whatnot are all mine. Have a look at the statistics here. That's 87,000 iron. 7 Imperial missile turrets. Bridges, matrices, 6 Imperial laser turrets, 7 Imperial plasma turrets, superconductors, large upgrade kits, platinum. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Gonna be a lot of multi-tooling. Let's see if we can find the loot boxes real quick. There's some more platinum. Lovely. I wonder how many loot boxes I lost. And these are all just standard giblet boxes, aren't they? Official designation now. Standard giblet box. I want to double check. Just drones? Good. Good. Can't be having no sneaky uppy bastards up in here. Right, the bridge. Bridge has got to have a loot box or 7. Seriously? Xerax, the Xerax meet around loot, look. Meeting tables made out of cargo boxes. Okay. I am a little salty at the lack of loot boxes up here, I gotta admit. Possible that I blew them up. Definitely possible I blew them up. Somewhere out there in space, a floating loot debris. Yeah. Might have if I actually connect, right? Here. Here are laser turrets. A weird ship, the old camera. Weird ship. I was hoping for Xerax. Be too good to be true, wouldn't it? Actually, they have Xerax ammo in their Xerax ammo boxes. That would be far too much expectation. I'm out of logistics. Aha! Looty loot. And there's the shield generator. More looty loot. And some balls. Oh. Hey, small upgrade in an assault shotgun. And still no Xerax ammunition. Question is, can I actually retrieve an Imperial artillery plasma cannon? I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. It's probably just going to give me a base energy turret or something. Yep. Base artillery turret. Yay. I wanted to fire big green spitty balls of bollocks at people from 2 kilometers away. Oh well. Anyway, now that I've ripped all the turrets off of this thing, it's time to get the diggity out. Now, the thing with multi-turret or SV multi-tools like this is you can't retrieve blocks with them, right? They are salvage only. So you want to make sure that any of the kind of valuable giblets you manually take off. Things like CPU extenders, special turrets, that sort of thing. Manually rip those off because, wow, that was quick, right? The diggity will only get, or the multi-tools will only get components. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, there you go. Those are the turrets I ripped off. 4 lasers, 7 plasmas, 7 missiles. These need to be deconstructed, sorry. Artillery, both CV and base. Heavy laser turrets, base ones, and heavy positron beams. That's really nice, actually. 4 heavy positrons. That's really good. I got the full extenders out as well. 2 advanced, 2 improved, 2 basics. Bit weird, but alright. So not bad. Not bad loot, I suppose. Not sure it's worth the expense, to be honest. It's like I said, I might have blown half of it up. Taking the core out, but oh. Why wouldn't they go over? Cute. Bit of lag. Might have blown half of it up, taking the core out, but I don't know for sure. Anyway. We can take a camera now. Oh, how the turntables, huh? Well, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, that is all I have time for today. I'm going to have to leave you as I rip apart this camera for all of its juicy, juicy giblets. But thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.